Longmeadow voters are deciding whether the town should raise property taxes to pay for a new multi-million-dollar DPW facility. Voters told 22 News reporter Tamara Sakarzik about the benefits and drawbacks of approving the only question on today's town ballot.
Longmeadow voters are split over whether a new DPW facility is worth the hefty price tag that comes with it.
I think there's other ways and places that money could be spent.
I think it's worth the money.
The controversial question drew hundreds of voters to the annual town election Tuesday. Question 1 asks voters whether to approve a tax override to fund a new multi-million-dollar DPW facility, which would be built on 12 acres of land at 170 Dwight Road. The new DPW facility would cost the town about $21 million in total, which means property taxes for the average homeowner would rise about $200. That's the reason why some opponents are against the project.
The taxes are definitely one of the issues for me, but not to say that, that it's not important, but I think there's some other things in town that are a bit more important right now. There's some other needs that we have.
But Longmeadow Town Manager Stephen Crane argues the town's current DPW facility was built on a landfill over 80 years ago and can't last much longer. Some voters agree and believe the facility would be worth the investment.
I really want the DPW because I think it's really needed in this town, and what they have down there is not good.
If the question passes, the money would be taken from property taxes and water and sewer bills, which means nonprofit entities would also contribute to the cost. In Longmeadow, Tamara Sakarzik, 22 News.
Polls close at 8 tonight. 22 News will have the results tonight at 10 and 11 and on our website, wwlp.com.